Well, the digital revolution as such was supposed to begin quite late in India especially. But clearly the pandemic that hit globally has speeded up things a bit, especially on the digital side. And India has been, the first, among the first, so to say, to get a grip on what digital is and how to take it forward. And today, to basically talk about digital marketing in the auto space, we have two very great dignitaries with us. One is Mr. Bipul Chandra, who is the Managing Director of Ducati India, and we have Deepti Matai, who is the Head of Auto at Google India. So, the first question to you, not a lot of on-ground events are happening and on the Ducati front. You use social media a lot, but then there is also a targeted digital marketing that you undertake.
Yes.
How has that helped you push the envelope when it comes to your audience as such? Because it's a niche audience that you target. How has that helped you?
Good. Cool. See, for conventional ways of marketing, generally it does not cut much ice with us.
Yeah.
So we have to go through things which are now mainstream, but when we were doing it in the initial phase, it was unconventional.
Yeah.
So going through the internet or Google, as we say, because 90% of the time, Google is the word for internet,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
So going through net and using unconventional ideas, ways forward was the thing we got for it. And now today, as we stand, I would say Ducati India has definitely done some wonderful work. Today, our Instagram handle is the second most followed handle for Ducati ecosystem in the world.
That's
So,
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after Ducati head office, what we say DMS Ducati Motor Holding, Ducati India is the most followed handle with almost about 700,000 followers.
Wow.
Our Facebook is again almost I would say 600,000 having these many followers. Again second in the world after Ducati Italy. So Ducati India has definitely done lots of work, and I would say it has given us lots of rewards as well.
Yeah.
So we may not be present in every conventional newsprint,
Yeah.
magazine, everywhere. Again, since as you said, we are niche, so we need to be there for people who want to find us, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So like Google targeted ads or whatever
Yeah.
we do,
Yeah.
the targeted emails from our side,
Right.
the targeted newsletters we have started, the specific Insta reels and pictures. So these are the things which have done wonderful for us, and I'm sure we are going to further spend our time, energy, money, everything into this.
Well, you've talked about two-wheelers, but I want to get some insight on the four-wheeler front as well. Because there are a lot of car buyers who do a lot of research, spend a lot of time on, on consuming all the auto content that is there. What, according to you, stands out for you? I mean, the time spent on a particular, researching and then making the buying decision. What does that look like right now?
Yeah, I'll go back to the consumer journey. Google conducts an annual study every year with Kantar. So it's an externally sort of available study that we share with anyways all our partners. There is a consumer journey which used to exist, which used to be very simple
Right.
in the past. It's extremely complicated and non-linear today. Some of the statistics that I can quote for you is over 90% of consumers who are researching either a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler today, in fact, are starting on Google search. That's the first thing that you do,
Yeah.
just start on search, right? The other 2 or 3 different mediums that they actually start searching, and Vipul did touch about it, it also social media platforms, but at the same time, watch auto programming content on YouTube and watch online videos, because you are going to look for information that's available on the websites, but you're also going to look at influencer content in terms of them comparing other four-wheeler and two-wheeler brands, and at the same time comparing prices, comparing features, and all that is available on long-form content, and now, of course, upcoming short-form content. I think four-wheelers are already there, to be honest. Four-wheelers started digitizing much ahead of two-wheelers, and that's why actually both in terms of Google search as well as Meta, but more so on YouTube, is really where brands are getting built. And a lot of the marketers are actually spending their money now on performance marketing and getting really high quality leads.
Just one more thing to add to that. There are a lot of changes that Google also makes on a regular basis, especially when you consider algorithms, to keep out the unwanted content. How difficult is that for Google to enhance the experience of consumers, especially when it comes to auto content or auto related?
See, Google algorithm is like the Coke formula.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about it, to be honest. Nobody can comment about it. The only thing that we know are the principles and the responsible principles and the responsibility principles that Google really follows as a platform, which is respecting the user,
Yeah.
respecting the privacy of the user, and respecting the consumer experience of the user. And given that in mind, whether it is content, even during COVID times, that Google was keeping to ensure that, all the fake news was kept out of the platforms, both on search as well as on YouTube, or for that matter, ensuring that all the government websites come right on top, which gives you the most, authentic information. I think the algorithms are designed, towards keeping fake news out and fake information out. And of course, we are in the AI generation now. So even more so responsibility coming on our shoulders. And that's where the algorithms are evolving.
Yeah. Let's talk also about two-wheelers. I mean, we got an insight on four-wheeler. You again, the niche segment bit helps Ducati's case because there are some beautiful bikes that you get to see. As far as Ducati is concerned, the target consumer spends a lot on that bike. Then how does it work for you, especially when it comes to digital marketing and especially targeted digital marketing?
See, when we talk of targeting our audience, that's a very big word actually, because we have seen there are certain riders who on a normal scale of 1 to 10, you will say it's almost at 1. He's not going to be a rider, and he turns out to be a rider. So very difficult to say that way. We cannot segregate. So almost everything is, you can say, on open platform.
Yeah.
When only people start showing interest, then we start getting in touch with them. So I would say the internet, the social media, the Google platforms, YouTube. In fact, I myself am a very big consumer of YouTube videos as far as auto is concerned.
Yeah.
And personally, for me, it started COVID afterwards. So during that period, every day, I don't know for how many hours I used to watch at YouTube videos. In fact, in my phone, I have a list of the sites which I used to refer. Even today, I try to visit YouTube sites on a daily basis for auto contents. So people, once they are through all these things, they come to us. Once they come to us, then if I talk of the Ducati network, then we have something called configurator.
Yeah.
Now, configurator is something very great tool for us. So what happens, you as a prospective buyer can design your bike. So you can take a multi-strada, you can say, okay, I want all these accessories, I want all these apparels, everything. Then once you enter, and you can even look at the visuals, how the visuals would look like.
Yeah.
So if you are putting up an exhaust, how the exhaust would look like on the bike. If you are putting up a seat, how the seat would look like. Everything you can visualize. So as Dipti was saying, we are in the world of AI. And even you can change the backdrop, so it's during the daytime, nighttime. You can visualize, get happy about it. Then you press the submit button and you get a code. There is an alphanumeric code. You can take it to the showroom and you don't need to worry about anything. The entire conversation you had with the configurator will come out to the dealership. So once you are at that level, we start taking up your information. Then you become something like a prospect to us. Or you give your phone number to us, you give your email ID to us. Since we are signatories to GDPR, so unless we get your confirmation that you want to get connected, we won't touch base with you.
Correct.
That's very clear.
Correct.
So once we are through all these basic mundane things, then only we start talking to you, we start writing to you. So in a way, our tools act as a filter also, and they act as an information provider also. And once you are happy, you might buy a Ducati as well.
Yeah. No, attention span at Ducati, I don't think is going to be an issue for consumers.
no, not at all,
because
not
that's
at all.
that's clearly something that a lot of people, are not able to do currently.
But he's making a very important point. The point that he's making is that the consumer behavior is actually evolving
Yeah.
from one to many
Yeah.
and mass targeting
Yeah.
to really hyper personalization and
Customization, yeah.
of really talking, sort of in a language which is unique to you.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's where the configurators and the fact that earlier when we used to do a research, more than 50% of the consumers would be unhappy and say that I'm not happy because my omni-channel journey is not seamless.
Yeah.
There is no connection between online and offline. I think today the tools have evolved in a way, and that's exactly what Vipul is saying, is that there is information transfer that happens from online to offline.
Offline.
So it's not that the consumer is starting off fresh when he or she goes
Yeah.
to a dealership.
Yeah.
And that's what is actually leading to a very seamless, personalized and a customized consumer journey, and that's what Ducati is doing well.
So in fact, you might have spent about 2 hours in your home.
Yeah.
After you come back from office, you are sitting in your home with your family. Everyone is looking at the bike. Okay, this seat will look good. This kind of exhaust will look good. What not? So you have spent couple of hours with the family, become happy. Now you are not supposed to repeat the same at
yeah.
the showroom.
Yeah.
So you save all that entire time. And what happens? Going one more step further about touching base with the prospective buyers. So what happens in our sales force? We have the capability to send the emails and SMSs.
Yes.
So once the test ride, for example, has been booked, the system will automatically send an information kind of thing to the prospective rider that, okay, your test ride is planned for this day at this time. In case there is any change, he can come back to us. So now I would say we are talking in both ways.
Right.
Earlier, the direction of information was from the dealership or the company to the customer, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's talked back
journey.
also.
Yeah.
So probably that's the step which we have already taken, and I'm sure it's in the right direction.
Yeah. No, and this simplification of journey has been taken over by companies like Citroën and Stellantis all over, and in fact others also like Mercedes-Benz too. Do you think that helps with transparency, especially for consumers? Getting that one link between the company and the consumers.
So I'll give you an example of what Vipul mentioned even on the Mercedes US side.
Yeah.
Or for that matter, even the Ford SS 150. So if today, if you go to a Google search bar of a US website and type Ford S150 pickup truck,
Yeah.
it has made it so seamless that the entire AR/VR experience that you have to go to the website and see is actually available on the search bar.
Right.
Is available right below.
Right.
So that's really like the data that gets pulled out of the website right onto the platform.
Right.
So that there is minimum number of clicks
Yeah.
that the consumer needs to take, and that entire experience has actually come on digital platforms, and the consumer doesn't have to click and go to a website.
Yeah.
I think that's one minimization and making it easier for the consumer.
Right.
The other thing is also the fact that 90% of the research and consideration is actually done online, and the last 10 to 15% from the role of the dealership is actually getting evolved to financing, insurance, accessorization,
Yeah.
and a lot around closing the deal, and of course test drive. I think out of the 26 touch points in a car buying journey or a two-wheeler buying journey, 21 out of those 26 touch points are actually digital.
Right.
And if the OEM is able to marry the first 21 touch points with the last 5 touch points
Right.
seamlessly, that's actually consumer delight in my view.
All right. What do you have to say? I mean, there are just 10 showrooms that you have around India, but still sales are pretty much a lot, and you have problems keeping up with the demand of bikes.
Yes.
What do you have to say then? I mean, does this journey help? I mean, how does this journey help you?
Well, this is a very important tool. So, for people who are not residing in the same city as our dealerships, internet or digital is the only way forward.
Yeah.
Because we cannot be everywhere every time. So, even if I have to go to a nearby city, let's say, till now, for example, Goa does not have a Ducati dealership.
Yeah.
The nearest would be in Pune and Bombay.
Yeah.
So, if someone has to buy something from Ducati stores, either they go to those cities or we come here during an activity.
Yeah.
So, digital is the way forward. and we are available right now. Every time you call up, we are there. You can touch base. In fact, Amit, our marketing manager, he tells me that every 3 hours we comb our inbox and the social media channels. So the agency is deployed to do this.
Yeah.
In case there is anyone who is writing to us for anything, we are almost every 3 hours or even in lesser than that time frame,
Right.
we are aware of the thing. Even on a personal note, I keep on checking my social media handles because there are many people, many would-be
Yeah.
clients, they keep on writing to me. So I keep on checking my social media handles and then I keep on passing on to my
A team.
members
Yeah.
down below. They in turn talk to them or give it to the dealership.
Yeah.
So we are very much focused and aware of the importance what digitalization has done to us.
Yeah.
And now I would say it's the way of life for us.
But he's alluding to a very important evolving business channel.
Business
And I
channels,
want
yes.
to touch about D2C. You know, earlier when we used to go and buy a mobile phone, we would actually go and buy a mobile phone, just go to a offline store
offline
and buy a mobile phone. Today there are two more channels of buying a mobile. One of them is of course on aggregators or marketplaces like
Yeah.
Amazon, Flipkart, etc. And the other place is a very important touch point, which is direct to consumer touch point. So some of the companies have actually evolved, and if you go to, for example, today's Samsung India D2C,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful consumer experience when you have to actually pick up a mobile phone. So I think the auto industry is also, to some extent, really going in that direction, minus the test drive, etc. So you are almost paying up your, advance if you really like bought on the brand online and booking a test drive. But if there is no dealership
Yeah,
in that city,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
dealership
Comes to you. Yeah.
it comes to your house.
Exactly.
For a test drive. It's almost like a Cars 24 or a Car Eco model,
Yeah.
where Cars 24 actually many, like 2-3 years ago before COVID, had more than close to 500 stores where you could
yeah.
go and see a car or,
Yeah.
sell your car. But today, they're actually down to very few stores because the car comes to you.
Yeah.
And similarly, even today, both for Ducati as well as for premium cars, the car will come to you at your doorstep.
Yeah.
There is a very, very evolving business channel led by a consumer need, which is around direct to consumer, which actually a lot of our two-wheeler brands are also alluding to.
Okay, I'll add to what she just said. Then we talk about dealerships coming to a customer. So in Ducati, what we do, now taking the same example of Goa rider, he wishes to buy a bike. What we do, either we bring the bike to Goa,
Yeah. Yeah.
or we ask him, by chance, if you're coming to Bombay or Pune,
We will host.
do let us
Yeah.
know. We'll give you the bike, you ride back to Goa.
Yeah.
So that way, he has a long, lovely test ride and he knows whether I want this kind of bike or not.
Yeah.
So we are always willing, as a policy, our dealerships have lots of demo bikes. Ducati India has itself own press fleet, which we are very happy to share with our customers also, the
Right.
prospective clients. So that way, this is something which we have already started. A couple of years ago, I heard about some car company getting booked on or booked through Amazon. I am not very
Yeah.
sure whether the project went live or not. However, the only challenge I feel right now, as compared to something like a Samsung or any such mobile brand or something, the customer expectation as far as warranty and everything is concerned, especially for the spare parts.
Yeah.
As the government of India rules, we have to sell in the open market, which we do.
Yeah.
Because we are here, we have to follow the law of the land.
Right.
But an outside technician, how is he handling that part of
Yeah.
machine? We do
Matters.
not see. Whether he has the tools or not, whether he has the expertise or not. So that's a gray area for us. But we are not against any kind of thing. Because if something has to come, it will come.
Yeah.
So let us be ready rather than oppose something. So let's see.
I think, and clearly, I think India is getting ready to have this. I mean, it's part of a digital revolution.
Yes.
Getting there, and many two-wheelers as well as four-wheelers manufacturers are on board with this digital revolution taking ahead. So thank you so much again, Deepthi and Bipul, for joining us. Really, thank you very much for your insights, and well, meet you soon.
Our pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.